はい、こんにちは、ロボットです。今日渋谷へ行きました。曇りお天気ですね。そう。うとうしい。Yeah, that's my really horrible attempt at trying to speak Japanese, at least from what I know so far. Right now, actually out here in Shibuya, continuing to watch our Tropical Storm Leepi. It's actually down towards Okinawa, but that front's continuing to come up off towards the north. So we're really still seeing those heavy rain showers from that. And that's really all you see behind me, everybody with their umbrellas right now. But this is just earlier on in the day, really right around noontime. I'm gonna head over to NHK, do the TV weathercast, and then I'm gonna finish up the little webcast here later on tonight. So just go ahead and check that out. And so I went off to work there at NHK World. Actually, I'll put the link down below if you want to watch some of my live cast, really Monday through Friday, during the evening hours if you're out here in Eastern Asia. Now I'm home doing our webcast here for, well, our storm system still pushing across Japan here. Also, our other area down in the South China Sea, not to mention some haze. But right now, you're looking at the radar imagery. And that was a lot of information. So I'm going to show you a video right now of a plane taking off. Now you may be actually asking why is the video of this plane taking off. Well, this is actually at Iwakuni Air Base, and you can really see that water getting kicked up on the runway. And the main reason is because, well, look at the radar around Shikoku. Some heavy amounts of rain, 50 to 60 millimeters per hour out. Mainly right now because of this frontal area, which is just dominating much of Japan. You can see it right through here. Well, extending off of the western periphery is our tropical storm. And now let's take a look at the infrared imagery, because if you first glance at it, you think that this is down here, and really that is where the tropical storm is, just towards the north of Taiwan. But let's loop back during the daytime, and, well, it becomes clearly visible. Ha, pun, visible satellite. Anyways, it becomes clearly visible. Well, the tropical storm is actually just towards the northwest of Okinawa, really continuing to dissipate. It's expected to make this right-hand turn just following along that frontal area. It's kind of like a road here. It follows low pressure. You have a high pressure off towards the north, high pressure down towards the south. You always got to think of tropical systems, even as weak as this one is, kind of like water flowing downstream. It's going to run towards the lowest pressure, and that is the case with this. Well, the problem is it's going to bring in another surge of moisture. You're still seeing that heavy rainfall out here. You have these southwesterly winds pushing across, well, much of Kyushu, Shikoku over towards the Kinki region. Shikoku in itself, as you saw with that radar imagery just a moment ago, going to see upwards about 300 additional millimeters or hours, causing the risk of flooding and landslides. We already been seeing some reports of flooding. Talking about landslides, one report of a landslide actually in Okinawa, there in Ishigaki City. They closed down a road there for about half the day, and some wind reports up to about 100 kilometers per hour, but it's improving for you in Okinawa. Like I said, the bulk of the rough weather is there, Kyushu, really Shikoku, and into the Kinki region. And one of these rain showers are going to continue to linger throughout your Friday. The good news is that it is slowly going to taper off by Friday late evening. We're going to start to see some improvement in the weather here as that front starts to dive down towards the south. What is left of Leepi, it really just continuing to weaken out here. That front's going to stretch out. Tokyo, some light showers throughout the day on Friday, but it's improving. So, with that said, this is actually one of the last updates. We're going to have Leepi in the title. The next storm system, well, it's still here into the South China Sea. It's actually called Fabian here from Bebinca, but is going to be upgraded to a tropical storm sometime on Friday here, likely during the morning hours, and it'll be called Bebinca. So, that is the next storm system out here in the South China Sea. Pulling off, they're expected to move around Hong Kong, just towards the west of it, moving there into Guangdong area. Macau, you're also going to be seeing some heavy rain showers from this, as it does continue to push off here towards the northwest on Friday. This is actually Friday into the evening hours for you there in Hong Kong. But also what we're looking at, and I know we have been saying there's going to be these showers around Manila, and I've seen some people being really critical about it. Over towards Cavite, extending off there towards Subic Bay. This is really where you're seeing these heavy showers, at least here on Thursday. Manila does look like heavy showers also going to push into your area going into Friday and Saturday, mainly because, well, that monsoonal flow we have been still talking about here. Take a look at this, the MSL. We have a tropical system here spinning off of that monsoonal flow. That is going to continue to enhance it, and then it's still going to push off there towards the northwest. Actually, let's continue to go through here. This is using the GFS model. It really gets wrapped up, pushes towards the west of Macau, starts to move on shore here south of Guangzhou. That is really going into Saturday during the evening hours when we're expecting this landfall here. The right side of the storm system pushing onshore once again around the Hong Kong area. So that's where you're going to be seeing these tropical storm strength winds out of this storm system. This is from the European model. Very, very similar out. Now there are some things going against it. And the upper level heights actually at 300 millibars using that same model there, showing about 30 to 40 knots of winds. You want it really light and you really want a ridge aloft. And what we are seeing right here is neither of those. And I think that's another reason. I mean, you do have some exhaust coming out of this storm system, but not enough really to intensify it, despite the fact we are seeing these warm sea surface temperatures. From that same model, we can actually see, well, high amounts of vertical wind shear on the northeastern periphery of this developing system. Over Hong Kong itself, actually very low, but just around it, there's just a little bit too much here for it to really intensify. Is it going to continue to develop into a tropical storm? Yeah, and I do think there's going to be these gusty winds coming onshore, but there's just too many things voting against it and not enough things voting for it to really continue to develop really strong. But it really is still going to kind of get its organization together. And if you are here in the western portions of the Philippines, expect some heavy rains out of this. Expect those gusty winds in and around the Macau, Hong Kong area after it pushes off across your direction. Possibly even making it up to a stronger version of a tropical storm. Not quite getting the typhoon, at least that is my thoughts on it right this very second. This is on Thursday going into Friday. Maybe by Saturday it might be a different story. But let's just take a few minutes and let's talk about this situation going on. And it's more of a newsy situation and a political situation, but it's all weather. And that is what's going on in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. This thick haze. We've seen these fires burning out there in Sumatra. It's fired from these, well, slash and burn tactics of creating grazing land for agriculture, and well, all that smoke's pouring over into Singapore today, causing, well, take a look at some of these pictures. If you go to our website, you can actually find them here. This is a before at the marina, and this is after. One of the highways here right near the port, one of the largest ports in the world there, Singapore. Before and after. Yeah, that just shows you yeah, blah, technically speaking. Problem is, southwesterly winds associated with the southwest monsoon. It's dry season in Sumatra, and those conditions are going to be improving in the near future. So, let me hear your feedback on this. I know a lot going on today. I try to cover as much as possible without getting too in-depth and trying to keep it, well, at least, you know, entertaining somewhat. So, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down in the comment box below. And as always, everybody, stay safe out there.